Hello Hudson community, I'm Dana Addis, Superintendent for Hudson City Schools, and welcome to this edition of Beyond the Classroom. And today we're thrilled to talk about the kickoff of this year's Holiday Sharing Program, an annual tradition that benefits those people right here in our community. And then a bit later in the program, we're excited to talk all about Harmony, the performing arts project for Hudson High School, and we'll be able to tell you how you can get involved in that project. First today, let's introduce Julie Schultz. She's our social worker for Hudson City Schools. We're so beneficial to have a social worker right here in our school district, and she's a really important part of the Holiday Sharing Program, along with two of our amazing high school students, Lauren Brownlee and Lainey Lewis. Welcome to all three of you, and thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
Great to see you. I told the girls it's so awesome to be around kids again, so we appreciate them being here. Julie, let's start with you, please. For those who aren't familiar, can you just provide a little background and history on the Holiday Sharing Program?
Yeah, the Holiday Sharing Program is a program to help our families and students that have a need, and just kind of to relieve that additional burden during the holidays of extra costs of food and kids being home for 2 weeks. And it's a community-wide effort. We work with the community and the school district, and it's our initiative to help our own families within Hudson.
Do you know how many years approximately this has been going?
Well, I've been here, I think, 16 or 17. I guess I should know that. And it was in place in a different form, but somewhat in place before I started. So awesome. I think many years.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Lauren, each building in the district is involved in collecting different items throughout the next few weeks. Can you just talk about some of the expectations, or what are some of the items that we will collect?
Yeah, so some of the items that we are collecting this year, like cereal boxes, condiments, any shelf-stable food items that we can use for the families. The high school also provides many opportunities for people to donate, so through different service organizations, for example, National Honor Society, Key Club, and Hudson Community First. We're all coming together along with student government to show up and show out and make sure we collect enough items.
And have you been involved in this? Is this your first year? A couple of years? How long have you been involved?
Yeah, this is my third year involved in student government, so third year involved with the Holiday Sharing Drive, but I've been doing it since kindergarten, bringing in my ketchup and cereal.
Excellent. Lainey, we have a really generous community here in Hudson, but over the past couple of years, donations have not been quite as large as we're used to. And I understand student government has taken a different approach to boost participation this year. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so this year we're trying to create more of a sense of urgency. In previous years we've done like 5-week period of just like bring in items whenever. There'll be bins in the auditorium area and you can bring it in. But this year we're trying to create a pack the classroom type drive. So like it's like 1 week just bring in your items, and we're trying to just like use that to gauge our inventory and then move on from there.
Now, is that an idea that the student government talked about and worked on as a way of changing things? Was that student driven? Did you work with some adults on that?
Yeah, it was mostly our advisors, but we've just kind of been brainstorming ideas to like up participation in it and yeah, really get those items.
Awesome.
I was going to add too, I think in addition this year, because I've done it all these years,
yes.
Service Learning also is kind of added to that spearheading committee with these other great student organizations.
So Julie, you talked a little bit about the history of holiday sharing. Has it always helped roughly the same amount of families, or has that changed over time?
It remains relatively stable. I will say after COVID, the silver lining of COVID, I guess, families that weren't in need, maybe for the first time in their life, became in need, and I think it made accepting assistance a little more acceptable to families. So we did see an increase after that, but it remains fairly stable. The food costs this year, I think we're going to see an uptick, which is understandable if you find at the grocery store. So we're really thankful that we can help, particularly this year.
So when we notice an increase in food prices, or maybe a few more families in need, do we just work on getting the message out a little bit more? Is that primarily what we do?
Yeah, we have a really good system for reaching out to families that qualify for assistance or have extenuating circumstances, and people can reach out to me directly or the school counselors. We also help, the effort is a community-wide effort, so it's not just food. We also help with gas cards and non-perishable products and other household items that families might need.
Fantastic. This is really for both girls, so you could either answer together or individually. We know student government is involved in a variety of great causes. We hear from representatives at the Board of Education meetings all the time. We tell people it's the best part of the board meeting is to hear from our kids. Is there anything about this particular cause that stands out for the students in student government?
Yeah, definitely it shows our school spirit and the ability for us to rally together against for a common cause. The student body is really good at bringing in donations and making selfless efforts to help others in our community.
So go ahead, Lainey.
Yeah, well, it's just we usually do a lot in the school. Like we're always in Hudson High School, but this is a great opportunity to reach out and like extend our impact into the community, and it's just like a great way for us as like student government and just as a school district to increase student empathy and just like increase student participation.
So when you guys talk about this as kids, as reaching out and helping the greater Hudson community, do you feel, obviously you feel great about that, but what does that look like in a conversation with a group of kids, just in the way that they feel?
Yeah, the group of high school students, they'll start thinking about others instead of just themselves, which is something we try and I feel like teachers try and foster at the Hudson High School. So it's just a great way to actually implement those ideas into the actual like real world.
Just another great example of the amazing things that our kids are doing. Julie, what do you want people to know as we head into this season of giving? It's hard to believe that this is upon us.
Really
it feels
is.
like we just started the school year.
Yeah.
And in particular about holiday sharing. What is it that you want people to know about this program?
I really like this program. I mean, it's one of the favorite parts of my job this time of year. But it's a chance for our own community to donate and help our own families and students here. Everything stays in Hudson. To participate, they have to have students within the district. So it's really just helping our own, and we're able to do it very comprehensively, very confidentially, in a way that I think makes them feel very grateful to have those resources available.
Yeah, and I know that you lead a lot in this initiative, and so you see donations coming in. We have work with some of our service-oriented people in the community that help with this.
Yeah.
What internally, do you go through during this process that just makes you feel really good about this event?
Well, I want to mention, because you mentioned the other community members, so I would like to highlight that. We do work with the fire department. That's who helps me with, it's just me that the families meet. But they help with loading up the cars and the goods. We work with Christ Community Chapel, donates an entire Thanksgiving dinner from turkey to all the sides, everything that goes with it. The city employees and fire department donate the gas gift cards. Our staff donates monetary donations to help with it. Students, obviously, the cornerstone of the program to donate all the other goods. I don't want to not mention someone. PTO helps with sorting. It is a true community-wide. Hudson Ministerial donates like laundry detergent and other products. So it's a huge community-wide effort. And for me, it's just a chance to see how, maybe having a social worker or all our support people in the district can work together and see. I get to be the person that sees and can share that with people of what an impact it can make to really have families be able to just relax and enjoy the holidays as we want them to.
Yeah, as we get closer and closer, that's the first time I've heard the term Thanksgiving dinner this year,
okay.
and I instantly got hungry for Thanksgiving dinner.
Mouth-watering.
Yeah. Girls, just any last thoughts about the work of student government or the holiday sharing program? That you want to share with our community, whether it's personal feelings that you go through or just the work that you do with our student government?
Yeah, I think we're just really excited for this new sharing drive year, and we're just excited for the new participation and just hoping we can make a lasting impact for this holiday season.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of work goes on behind the scenes, so this culmination of our work really just shows the impact that we can have on the community.
I want you two to know that we do a lot in the school district. We're busy, a lot is happening, but all of this is based around you guys and the students that are in our district. So I'm so thankful that you joined us today. Especially thank you for your work here at this and everything that you do. I know you're both high school students now that you do to make Hudson High School a better place. And Julie, thank you so much. I know you do a lot in our school district for our students as a social worker, but in particular this. Thank you for your time and leadership and in assisting some of the families in Hudson.
Thank you for highlighting this really important initiative with our community.
Yes.
I want to thank all of you for watching. We're certainly ready to make this the best holiday sharing season yet.
Yes.
Here are 3 people that will be partially responsible for that, and we're looking forward to the next couple of months with this. Up next, we're going to head up to our high school auditorium to talk about our Harmony Project. What does this performing arts project involve, and how can you help? And we'll talk about all of that in just a moment. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Short trip up from the studio to the Hudson High School auditorium. Happy to be sitting with Roberto Iriarte today to discuss the Harmony Project. Really exciting that we're heading down this path and getting ready to release this to our entire community soon. Let's just talk a little bit about the history of the Hudson Orchestra, including your own, but perhaps maybe when it started, and just keep people up to date with that.
The Hudson Orchestra was started by Patricia Aponius back in the late 70s and early 80s by her teaching some string lessons to kids over at McDowell Elementary School, and it grew into a large enough orchestra program that then in 1988 she and Superintendent Reeves put it into the curriculum, and it's just been growing ever since.
How about your role? I know we've spent a lot of time talking to each other, but just let everyone know how long you've been here and the role that you've played in the growth of the orchestra program.
Well, I've been here my whole life as a student, and then came back as a staff member in 1996 and took over the orchestra program in 1999, and was proud to be able to continue that tradition that Pat started and grow the orchestra into 100 string players in the high school orchestra today. We also have 3 orchestras at the middle school and 2 grade level orchestras down at Eastwoods where all the kids get their start.
So we're sitting on the stage. This is where your kids practice on a daily basis, which is really important, but also the space where people come and listen to these amazing shows. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Harmony Project, but can you talk about what it means for the kids to use a different space than one that is perhaps their own, and what that entails during the course of their school day with storage of equipment and carrying of equipment from one place to another?
Sure. The chairs and stands are set up and torn down on the stage every day. Imagine going into a classroom and having to take all of the desks out of the setup and stack them against the walls every day. That's what we have to do here, because it is a multi-use room all day and into the evenings. So having their own classroom means all of that standard stuff is right there in the room, plus storage of their instruments. We're using hall lockers for all of the violins and violas. We have cellos and basses and harps stored all over the music wing, and we're bursting at the seams with storage for that stuff in all of our music programs. So having a new room for the orchestra to have a home will make a big impact, not only on the orchestra, but on the whole music department to have more space for our students and our equipment.
So just so our audience knows, the Harmony Project is really our desire to create a new orchestra room that's attached to the current Hudson High School. Also renovation of this particular space, our auditorium, which really hasn't been touched since what year it was built?
1992 is when the building opened.
So this is a space in need of some tender loving care, and then also renovation to our band room and choir room. And it's really the desire to take care of a really important group of students and our whole community. I mean, we're talking about community people who use this space also. So, you know, I was sharing with someone that when we come to one of the orchestra concerts or another performance by one of our performing arts, we're just filled with this amazing thought that these are our kids. How are you anticipating the kids feeling about having their own newly, you know, beautified space or renovated space, and what that could mean to them and their growth as students and performers?
I think that the kids will feel like they're first-time home buyers, and they're happy to finally have a place that they can call their own, where their stuff is at, where they know they can go every day and just get ready to learn, get ready to play, and not have to move so much equipment. In addition to that, it's going to give us lighting and just general floor space that fits all of our equipment in one space, acoustics that are really great to hear in, before this room gets renovated to have some acoustical improvements also.
Harmony is a combination of public and private funds. It's about a $5.5 million project. We're $2.5 million into that, and we're consistently looking for partnerships, and we're heading down that path with our entire community, and people will see renderings and have the ability to support us and partner with us. Roberto, what are you, when you consider this entire project, what are you most excited about?
I'm excited about the orchestra having a room they can call their own. Music groups, like sports teams, like to have a place that makes them feel really good about what they're doing and have a place where they can collaborate with their peers. And during the day, we have practice space that they can use if they wish to in their off periods, and it's just going to be a great place for them to call their home. The second step of renovating the other rooms is really going to rejuvenate our current students and make the building and the music facilities great for kids for years to come.
Yeah, we've talked about the future, and we take care of that a lot in our school district. We really care about what's next for our kids, and this is an opportunity for all of these students who are in the performing arts to be taken care of, perhaps for decades.
Yes.
I'm blessed to have known you for 3 years now, but I think really in our first couple months together, I remember meeting and talking about the potential of this project. But it's been on your mind for a long time. Can you just talk about some of that history?
Once they finished the stadium out back, I sat down with Ed Sogan, who really spearheaded the charge on that, to find out ways on how we could do this for performing arts, and that was back in 2014. We've had a lot of conversations since then with district officials around the master facility plan, and we're finally here to get this done now.
I know something that has come up quite a bit in our conversations are the students, our graduates from Performing Arts Project, and the lives that they go on to lead, and how important performing arts, how they played a role in the development of them as students. Can you just reflect on that? Because I know you're still in contact with many of them.
Our students go off and do so many things outside of music, but music is part of what makes them successful. All the research is out there that shows it. We have kids who are doctors, lawyers, teachers, some script writers out in Hollywood, as well as performers who just have always resonated what it meant to them to be in a performing arts group here at Hudson High School.
I know when we attend on occasion, it's a bit therapeutic. You know, you come to a concert and you just walk out of there feeling really healthy, and there's a direct connection to student health and wellness with being in the performing arts, with playing an instrument. How does that play a role in everything that we're looking at here?
It's huge. There's a number of kids that either they or their parents have articulated to us over the years that music is the only reason that kid wants to come to school. It makes them feel good. They look forward to coming to music, and it makes them feel good for the rest of the day.
We've been having wonderful conversations with potential Cornerstone donors. This is going out to the entire community very soon. Again, they'll see pictures of what we envision for our students. And I just want to say thanks to you for being patient, being thoughtful, and caring about the project and your role, and your colleagues as well, and all the students. And we hope everyone who's watching will have seen the Harmony Project, and that you'll consider partnering with us, asking us questions, and getting involved and contacting us at the district. Roberto, thanks again for everything that you do for our kids, and we want to thank everyone for joining us today.